Bishop, you have a flock. These are some of the issues that come before you. As a bishop, do you think a multi-sectoral approach from what the judge is talking about will solve some of these issues that are dogging the land sector?
Yes, true. In fact, even the church, as we speak today, one of the areas that we discuss, especially in the flock, is how to invest in land. And the challenges that most of the members that we serve, they have experienced is the court cases that have delayed for many years. Also the church itself, don't forget the church also, we look for public land to develop. And what has happened is most of the properties, especially which had been allocated for churches like in Nairobi, most of them were taken over and sold by the councillors. So we have a challenge in terms of also expanding into development. And another thing that we have found also with especially with our flock is that value that has been held in investment in the land, and especially for the cases that has been there for 10, 20 years, that is denying that owner of that land to develop or even an inheritance, because we look at land as a parcel and part of the inheritance that is given by God. So the minute you deny them by delaying the cases in the courts, that means the next generation will not be able to inherit. And that is a value that is being lost by many people in the church today, by also people in the marketplace. They cannot even go to the banks and borrow. And we've been talking and saying within the church fraternity, can we bring in an investment plan? But most of those properties, especially for the poor people and the people who are in church, they own properties, they cannot develop. So we have a situation whereby the holding back of giving justice to these land cases has actually affected the flock in so many ways in terms of depression. Most of them are coming to churches looking even for the high cost of putting up those cases in the church. And what the judge has just said, a multi-sectoral approach involving the church, because we are the ones who nurture that soul when it is punctured, when it is hurt, when it is in pain, because the lawyers are too expensive. So most of them are looking for an avenue to deal with the church. So the key issue here is, and I would request the judge, if you can actually put in the church is also part of the pillar of that, that will be good, because we have issues that will need to drive that not only from the perspective of the soul, but also an investment.